I have been in Atlanta basically this last week and just feeling super inspired and wanted to jump on here as I'm traveling back to Florida today just to kind of reconnect with some of you guys. It's been, a couple of weeks really since we've done a Merch Monday or anything really been on camera live. We've had a few videos and things go up, but I just missed this community, so I wanted to jump on here, tell you what I've been up to, talk about what's been going on in my life, and talk about just this group, this community, tell you how thankful I am for this just last year. It's been such a crazy roller coaster from not just the teaching stuff that we've been doing, but all the businesses that we've been a part of and all the partnerships that we've started, and it's really been just a crazy year. And just at the end of the year here, taking time to be thankful for that, realize how much work we've put in, and just take some time to relax. As I've been up here in Atlanta. Stephen had some family come down there in Florida, and we just had a few relaxing days. Hopefully Stephen's been relaxing. I don't know, I haven't talked to him too much, but hopefully everything's been going on good for him and all of you guys that are part of this group in this community. But to kind of get into the meat of what I want to talk about, I met two fantastic people while I was here in Atlanta. Well, I met a lot of fantastic people here, but two of them I had really good conversations with that I wanted to share with you guys that are just kind of exciting. One, the person that I actually stayed with this trip, I met him while I was in Atlanta previously, and he actually knew what Merch by Amazon was, and that was just mind-blowing. I've traveled for, you guys know, like 7 months out of this year, and I've gone all over the place, all the way up to Alaska, and just covered the United States basically, except for the West Coast. Sorry about that, didn't quite get there. And I hadn't met anybody else who really even knew what FBA was. And I don't know, in my eyes, I look at FBA as like this ancient technology. I know it's only like 15 years old, but in internet terms, that's a pretty old resource that's been around, or way of doing business. And to me, I've been doing it for me and Steven have been a part of that for at least 6, 7, 8 years. I don't know, Steven could tell you exactly, but he's been reselling or selling through FBA for a very long time, so it seems like more people would know about that, but still, like, if you go out in public or go to these business meetings or meet up with people, whatever, a lot of people still don't know what FBA is, and so Merch by Amazon is like, just a blip on basically nobody's radar, but I finally met somebody. His name is Michael. I met him last time. We had a really good conversation. This time coming to Atlanta, I was like, hey, I'd love to meet up. And if possible, I'd like to spend a night or two at your place. It's a really great way to know people. I've become a little bit bolder in asking to stay with people now that I've been traveling so much. Like, I know that's just the best time to get, quality time with somebody to really like learn, what, their life has looked like, and what, share what my life has looked like, kind of our goals. And if there's any way to help each other, that's really what I was getting after. And that actually happened with me and Michael. We're working some things out now, so that's really exciting. But it was just really good, like, again, that building that sense of community of like, oh, here's somebody who like understands what I do for a living. It's still such a rarity in my life to meet people, especially in person, that understand what I'm doing. And when I find somebody like that, I value that so highly. That's why I value this group. Steven's talked about, kind of the reason he thought we should start this group was because he wanted to do business with people who understood what we did. And for me, it was similar, not so business focused, but just that like community of it. Like I say a lot, like I miss my coworkers from the screen printing place that I worked at. It was really good seeing them over the holidays, but I really miss that sense of, just people working together on similar projects, and just having some sense of community. That's why I'm doing the, office hours thing, where there's no, plan for that time. It's just, hey, I have a couple of hours here or there. I'm going to be sitting down working on stuff. I wouldn't mind having a conversation with you guys. I don't care if you're, me and Christy did it, and she was, making dinner or lunch or whatever, and it wasn't like pressure. She didn't have to be in front of the camera the whole time. We were just talking. It was just like a really awesome conversation. It was actually really motivational. You guys know Christy. She loves to motivate people, so like that was so fantastic. So I want to do that more with this community, or this group rather, to build it into, a community where everyone feels comfortable, and it's not just a place that you're going to learn. It's not you're just coming to us for, this information or the guru type information. Like, we still don't view ourselves as that. And I think another way that we can show, there's more value to this group than just the merch information that we have. We're going to be talking about a ton of other things, but for me, it's really building that sense of community. I love having people to just talk, about the things I'm interested in, and currently that's print on demand stuff. So super excited about that. And then the other person that I met up with this trip. His name's Brian, and he was actually at a New Year's Eve party that I was at, and we started talking. We were playing games and stuff together, so the whole night we kind of got to know each other. And then he told me that he works at, or teaches rather, at Georgia State University, and he is in education, and he's the guy who kind of teaches teachers, if you will. And so I was like, oh, perfect. Like, I'm trying to become a better, teacher, coach, educator. And so, like, that immediately sparked. I was like, oh man, I've got to get, more time with this guy. I'd love to, grab coffee with you, something. He actually invited me over to his house, and we had like a 2-3 hour conversation about, what I've been doing, kind of my life, and what he's been doing in his life. And we found some really cool parallels of how we can help each other. He's actually going to be giving us direct feedback. I'm going to send over some, of the courses and things that we've done, and he's going to give us feedback on that and say, like, hey, this is where you're doing great, or, I think you could be doing something better here. And already in that, conversation, that one conversation that we really had about business, he gave me some absolutely fantastic ideas that I'm really excited to implement. And, I actually found a way that could help him as well. So it's kind of a give and take there. So really, really, really excited about that relationship as well. So all of that to say that we're super excited about this teaching. And, he actually asked me a really important question, and he was saying, I told him probably 50% of the stuff we had going on, all the businesses that we're doing, all the print-on-demand stuff we're doing, the teaching, all of that. And he was like, man, so like, where does teaching fall on this like spectrum of importance for you? Is this something that you're really enjoying and that you're passionate about, or is it just something that you're doing because you see, there's like financial gain to putting yourself out there like this? And I was like, my brother kind of has his slogan. I think it's better wrapped up. He says he's looking for people to work with in 3 to 5 years who really understand what we're doing, that we've helped in some way. That's a big part of it. We love helping people. But for me, it was really, back to that community building. It was like, I want everyone to have the same information that I have. I'm enjoying my life so much right now. I'm able to go up to Atlanta for a trip, for a week and not have too many stresses to my life. I check on work, 2-3 hours a day, and it kind of handles itself. Like, I don't see a lot of other people in that same scenario. So I'd love to educate people. Like, that's really what I want, is just, more people who can do what I do, or just pursue whatever passion you have. If you don't like to travel, like Steven, he doesn't like to travel a bunch, but I still want him, and he enjoys his work. So he's on a completely different level than I am with it. But I just want more people to be able to pursue their passion. Steven's being able to pursue his passion right now, which is exciting for both of us. So we want to grow more people who can do that and see what people are passionate about and how we can continue to work together and grow this community. So that was something that, like, I had never really been asked that question of like, how important is teaching to you? It's like, yeah, we enjoy it. We enjoy helping people, but really thinking about why we're doing all this teaching. So to talk about some teaching that is coming up, we are doing another boot camp. We've heard you guys give us great feedback on the last one, and so we want to do that again. And then also Pre-Flight 2.0 is starting, after that week of boot camp. So you're going to go through the week of boot camp, and then Pre-Flight will start. If you guys are interested in learning from us, if you want to make merch part of your business or take it on as a full-time venture, we'd love to help you do that. I'm, really passionate about just talking to people about, how this can work for you. I know merch by Amazon is not the end-all be-all. It's not the only solution for print-on-demand. We're exploring other solutions right now, as we have a little bit in the past. And, even print-on-demand is not the only thing that we're like limiting to this community. We want to hear what else you guys have going on, and we'd love to help you guys in any way that we can, especially when it comes to, partnering up and finding solutions to help everybody, and how you guys can help us as well. So I'm really, really looking forward to 2019. I'm excited about, doing a better boot camp. We learned a lot of lessons from the last one, so we'll be doing that again. Again, that starts on January 14th. And then also the Pre-Flight 2.0. We learned a ton of lessons from that. That was a 7-week course that now we're trimming down. Not trimming down the content, but just trimming down the time that we're going to be putting out that content into about a month. So thank you guys so much for a great 2018. I'm so excited for 2019, and I hope you'll be there joining us. All right, guys, have a good one.